The female executive representation in FTSE 100 companies is 9.7%. So being in an executive leadership position is actually going against the odds. So all these 4 women on our panel have really defied the odds.
Only 12% of artificial intelligence and machine learning experts are females, and that's declining. It has an extremely detrimental impact on our society in 3 ways. One is the products, AI solutions are developed by 88% men, who could be the most wonderful people, but they think in a male mind. So the products are developed by men for men, or let's say not minority groups. Secondly, the data that fuels AI, the way AI learns is based on data, is completely biased on men. Like, we have more data on men, very little on women. And the third thing is the female jobs will have the biggest hit from automation.
Am I a stay-at-home mom? That transition from a full-time working, like traveling like crazy mom to stay-at-home mom was very difficult, but it was only in my head. So the first year I took an Italian language course, like a full-time student, did all the levels because I think I was too afraid to move to stay-at-home mom immediately. But you know, these are all mental labels that we give to our minds. You know, we're all looking back thinking, looking back at what I thought at the time, I realized, you know, it was so, foolish of me to think anyone is different. But all these labels come in the corporate world, you know, working mom, mother, woman with kids, married, single, divorcee, mother with but the husband stays at home. So all these labels come into play, but we all need sisterhood, and we need that to, nourish ourselves. It's very complex. There are so many variables that come into play. It's never just really down to one thing about being a mother or having help or traveling or not traveling, etc.
It all starts with how you see yourself. You can't be a leader unless you think of yourself as a leader. And there are many, many women as they go through their careers who make different choices and they stop seeing themselves as one. And it takes a long time to come back into that circle. And I'm sure all of the other women here on the panel and most of you would have faced at some point a junction in your career. You turn left, you go one way, you turn right, you go another way. But it all starts with how you see yourself. Because if you don't see yourself in a certain way, other people will never see you like that.
A couple of times in my career, I was asked to take on roles that I didn't feel qualified for. So I said no. How silly is that? Because really we know if a man was given that opportunity, he would have said yes, he would have jumped on it. But men are hired and promoted for their potential, women for their track record. We say, this is what we did and this is what we bring, and we want to make sure we tick all the boxes. You don't actually need to do that. So the next time that I'm offered an opportunity which is outside my comfort zone, I believe I have to take it. And that's another lesson I learned.
Ne mülküm vardı, ne tarlam vardı, ne desteğim vardı, ne mirasım vardı, hiçbir şeyim yoktu. Yalnız düşüncelerim ve vizyonum vardı.
Kadının adının olmadığı bir memleketten geliyorum. Hem kadının adı yok, hem kadın aslında o kadar büyük ve o kadar önemli bir faktör ki orada.
Bir yüksek rütbeli komutanlarından bir tanesi dedi ki, Berna'cığım dedi, sen bunu yaptın ama bütün kadınlar bunu yapabilir mi? Sen buna kefil olabilir misin? Ben ki komutanım dedim, siz bütün erkeklere kefil olun, ben de bütün kadınlara kefil olacağım.